I've found the smarter a person is, the more challenging it can be to communicate that brilliance. And I'll break it down into this way. When I speak about communications, there's 3 pillars of communications. First is the content, second is the delivery, and third is presence. So looking at these 3 buckets, each person, when they're communicating, is going to struggle in one particular area. Is the content organized in a way that the brain can actually work with it? And in my book, I have 5 frameworks for organizing your content so that it's guaranteed to connect with and interact and spark engagement with your audience. With delivery, there comes a point where you have to come out from behind the PowerPoint and give meaning to what's going on there. And unfortunately, if the delivery is flat and then there isn't any emotion and there isn't congruence, like, hey, everybody, it's really nice to see you. It's like, you're not even looking at me. Why do you say you're like, there's things about delivery, and this is the art of communications. This is the science of communication. But the real driver is in presence. What are the unique experiences, life experiences? What are your beliefs that are driving the way you show up in that moment where you need to communicate? And this is really where a lot of people will find a value in working with a communication coach, because they can unpack the thing that really got them to where they are isn't the thing that's going to get them to where they want to go. And this is one of the reasons why when COVID happened, we all went into the Zoom boxes. We had so many Zoom fatigue and all these things because we're used to one-on-one facial recognition and facial prediction. I'm watching your face to predict where the conversation is going. And in this box and with a delay and people not looking at the camera but at the screen, we don't have that same connection. Our brains went into prediction error after prediction error, and we called it Zoom fatigue. It was literally brain fatigue from that. But this happens in meetings as well. Like, I work with scientists and analysts that are talking about very complex things that don't have easy answers. And when they want to go in, people want clear certainty, and it's not available when there's complexity. And people are looking to predict where you're going with this. And rather than giving people all the answers, if I can communicate with clarity about the path we're taking, about what we know and what we don't know, about what we anticipate, that helps the prediction trigger of the brain calm down and be receptive to what the person is saying. When someone comes to you and asks for more transparency, what I've noticed leaders tend to do is like, well, there's things I can't tell you. That because it all of a sudden becomes this idea of like, you want to know everything that's happening and we can't tell, obviously include everybody in every decision, blah, 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 blah. What people are asking when they're saying we need more transparency is we need to understand how the process is moving. We don't need to know everything about it, but if you can provide me with some clarity around how decisions are being made, what is known, what isn't known, we can move forward. So to anybody out there who's faced with somebody coming and go, we need more transparency from leaders, know that what they're looking for is for a simple sentence that starts with, well, here's what we know and here's what we don't know. Projecting confidence, commanding attention, inspiring trust are 3 levers to create a sense of presence in a room. But very simply, to anyone out there, I would just say, look around and ask yourself, who has presence? Who has gravitas? And what is it that they're doing that causes you to give them the idea of having presence? What is that construction for you? And then see what can you add to your repertoire. Because I follow the rule of spot it, got it. If you can spot somebody else exhibiting a behavior, that means you've got the ability to do it yourself. You just need to step up courageously and try it. So make a list of who you see as having great presence. Note the qualities that convey that presence, and then begin integrating that sense into your own life. every voice needs to be heard, but not every voice needs to be heard by everybody. To unpack that a little bit, if I'm leading a team, until every voice has contributed to the conversation, I'm missing the mark. I don't have true collaboration. I'm not reaching the potential of that group. And as a leader, I don't need to let each person speak until they're finished. That'd be exhaustive. But I need to create a situation where they're communicating with each other, and then creating a small group, and then communicating, allowing the best to get lifted up.